Good afternoon, traders. Somebody in my front yard. I'm always paranoid when I see somebody in my front yard. What the hell are you doing in my front yard? How y'all doing today? Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you had a chance to check out the web class this morning on how to use Outlier. We're going to be doing that every other Friday. And of course, the idea here is to A, get you and more people acquainted with it, and B, to make sure that you know what you're doing once you get in there. So we'll be doing those very frequently. Now, next week, I'm very excited. By Tuesday or Wednesday, I should have developer access for the upcoming big upgrade. And I'm going to be doing a lot of backtesting. So I may have some like random times where I jump on and do my backtesting, because here's the process that I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you now. So I'm going to find a stock. Let's just go to the watch list real quick. I'm going to find a stock and I'm going to compare it on the current signals and the new signals. We can, I don't want to do SPY. I want to do something else. Let's do like, pick a stock, Apple. No, Disney. I'm going to Disney World on vacation. Spring break. Let's check out Disney. Hey, Donna. Good to see you. Happy Friday to you. All right, Disney. What I'm going to do is a few things. So signal return 70%. I did ask Mahesh and Mark for side-by-side comparisons versus the pre-upgrade and then post-upgrade, what the signal returns are for a bunch of stocks. So I'm curious to see that. But I'm going to jump in and I'm going to do this. Look at that. Wow. Earning. They murdered it on earnings. That's so cool. By the way, if you had bought this on January 29th, if you had bought it on January 29th, close to close, you'd be up a good 11% right now. That's pretty awesome. I love, this is what gets me so excited, is whenever I see, like when I just jump into a random stock like this one, I wasn't planning this, and then I see the outlier signal just like massively overperform. That's pretty dang cool. I like that a lot. So, all right, back to this. My plan, once we get these, is I'm going to go through and I'm going to mark on my charts where the MMFI is. Oh, actually, I do need to pull up one other thing. Let me go in the Discord. No. I don't need to go in the Discord. I need to go in my Google Sheets, because I'm going to pull up, make this bigger so you can see. If you go in the Discord, how to trade in 10 minutes, right, Outlier Scanner. Now, the purpose of that is where we can put in any stock at any time and see its relative strength. Now, I have my own version of this where I throw in some of my own rules into it, but this is just like the bare bones. It'll give you some position sizing. It'll allow you to change your risk per trade, whatever. So if we clear this out and go with Disney. Now, if you go over here, it is this exact file that I'm looking at. It's just going to force you to make your own copy whenever you open it. So Disney. And then we're going to go over to MMFI. And we're going to find the turning points, right? So August was a bearish turning point to, let's say, the 1st of November. So 1st of August to 1st of November. Then we come in here, and I'm going to draw some spots on here. So I'm going to say 1st of August. Can I draw from up here? Oh, that's not the one I want. Is this the one I want? Yes. Okay. 1st of August to 1st of November. That was when MMFI was moving down. So we're going to change the color of this to red so we can know whenever we're doing our back testing. This is, I know I'm getting really nerdy. I'm getting really pedantic right now. This is how it's done. This is how pros do it. Okay. So it's going to get a little bit boring. It's going to get a little technical, but this is the kind of stuff that you need to know as we go through this. Okay. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be highlighting on here where MMFI is moving up and down. And so November 1st up to January 24th. There. I'm gonna mark that green. And now as I'm going through and backtesting signals, I'll know if we get a buy and sell signal and it happens to be within MMFI going down or within MMFI going up, that will make a difference to me. I do care about that sort of data point. And we're going to keep track, right? It may come to that we get incredible signals when MMFI is going down. Or it may show we get incredible short signals when MMFI is going down and incredible buy signals when it's going up. I don't know, but I'm open to see whatever. I am not going to put my bias into this, but I am going to check a few things, right? So for example, the buy signal on January 29th, Disney. So the relative strength right now is 116. The relative strength delta is -1. What in the wild world of sports does that even mean? All right, so if you've got two cards, I have a little basket that I keep in front of my desk here, and it has some supplies. It has things like a double dice, which is a dice inside of a dice. It has a blue Mini Cooper, which is exactly the car that I had before I got my Tesla. And it's got other cars in here as well. It's also, this is kind of funny, off topic, seriously off topic. So you know those, what are they called? Stanley Cups, right? The big ugly Stanley Cup things. This is green. I know it's like totally messing up my background right here, but it's green because green's my favorite color. My wife bought this for me and I thought it was really cool, but she got so scammed on those Stanley Cups. Oh my gosh. She saw this Facebook ad, and on this Facebook ad, it said Stanley Cups, $5.99. And she's like, oh, hell yeah. So she goes on there, buys a dozen of them. 6-8 weeks go by. She's got all these little tags for her and her sisters and whatnot. And I'm like, hey, when are those Stanley Cups getting here? And she's like, oh, I don't know. So she's going through, and it was a total scam, like legit scam, where we had to like go get a refund from the credit card company because like it never existed. And I just think that's hilarious. So anyway, inside of my little basket, good to see you, Victor. Inside of my little basket, I keep some cars, especially for demonstrations like this. Now, when we talk about Disney stock at 116 relative strength, what does that actually mean? Imagine the stock market is the blue car and it's traveling at 100 miles an hour. And imagine this is Disney stock, this red Aston Martin with a red, Valentine's heart sticker on it, is traveling at 116 miles an hour, right? So the average speed is at 116 compared to the market. Okay, so it's actually moving up 16 miles an hour faster, 16% faster if you want to think of it like that. Now, another step of this is what's called relative strength delta. Now, this is my own metric. I came up with relative strength delta because there was one time I was trading a stock. It was an oil stock, and its relative strength was like something bonkers, like 289, 300, something crazy like that. And I thought it was a great buy. And I'm like, oh, let's buy the mess out of this stock. What I didn't realize, it may have been 290, 300, but it was coming down, right? The relative strength was weakening. The trend was still strong. It was still incredibly huge compared to the market, but it was weakening. Okay. So relative strength delta, which you see right there, right? Relative strength delta at -1 says that while the market's traveling at 100, Disney's traveling at 116, but it's slowing down slightly. The relative strength actually was higher about a week ago. Let's throw a few other names in here just for fun. Right, let's do Amazon, Apple, Google, Netflix, I don't know, Tesla. Same thing on all of these, right? Now, Apple, look at that. Apple's relative strength is only 37. 37. So while the market is pushing at 100, Apple's languishing down here at 37%. Now, you can actually see this on a chart. You can see this on a chart. In fact, these are called spark charts right here. And inside of these spark charts, it shows you how the relative strength is performing. So for example, Disney's relative strength at 116 had peaked and it's actually contracting. Whereas, what is this one? Tesla at the bottom, it's only at 24. However, it's increased by 13 percentage points since last week. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming this morning. So you can see the spark chart on the relative strength. Now, inside of TrendSpider, we can actually do something similar to this. It's not as pretty. So Disney, all right. Then we can add, where's it at? Compare candles. Hey, Sebastian. Hey, Sebastian, thank you very much for your help so far. Sebastian's going to help me plan a trip out to Oktoberfest this year. I am so stoked about that. Okay. There's this function called compare candles down at the bottom. And it doesn't have as great as granularity on this, right? Now, let's actually go to Tesla. Right, so if you look at... I'm nerding out so hard, you guys. This is my thing. I can't create annotations here? Oh, damn it. I thought I used to be able to. Okay. This is how we can compare the SPY, which I can't make bigger. Come on. Okay. I really like math. Math is easier for me than charts, but I'm going to do my best here. So if you look at the trajectory of this, right, the angle since January 8th on the SPY, because this down here is a compare candles to SPY. And then you look since January 8th on the compare candles to Tesla. You can see that it has been like totally rocked. The market is outperforming it on a relative strength basis significantly. Taking a look over here, right? It's only 24% as strong as the market. That is quantifiable, the difference there. Now, the interesting thing here is a week ago, it was 13 percentage points lower. So it's actually getting stronger in relation to the market. So these last few candles here are outperforming these candles right here. Pretty sick, right? Hey, Dre, good to see you. Pretty cool stuff, right? Now, this y'all have yet to see me trade here in a while, but this is what I talk about whenever I'm talking about in my trading here, going to relative strength to the market, price and direction of the trend, and high trading volume. I use a different spreadsheet because, like I say, it does throw a few of my extra rules into this, but it's the same data here. Now, circling back around, because I went on a tangent, if we're to look at Disney, take off the compare candles. When I start doing the backtesting, this is MMFI when it's going down. This is MMFI when MMFI is trending upward. And then I should do another red MMFI. Okay, cool. So now when I'm looking at this and I'm plotting the signals, I can say, okay, buy signal, sell signal, whatever. So let's do a buy signal on November 8th. November 8th buy signal right here. I'm going to mark that green. And then we got a sell signal December 6th. I'll make this bigger for you. So between those 2 points, clearly that was a profitable trade that came from Outlier. All right, within the MMFI going up. Now, the other thing that I want to see is what was the relative strength on November 8th? Right here. No, right here, November 8th. So we can go into unhide this dashboard data pool. Now, this is going to look real busy real fast. I am, funny story, I am actually a certified Microsoft, what is it? Microsoft Office Specialist Master. I have an actual literal certification because I am that big of a nerd on how to run spreadsheets because I love this. So the way that I'm going to do that is find Disney in here. All right, there's Disney. Oh, that's not the one I want. Here's Amazon, Google, Tesla. Where the hell's my Disney? There it is. Have I ever entered one of the Excel competitions? Okay, funny story, Brian. I didn't know about those for a long time. And then when I saw one, I was like, oh, that looks really cool. Maybe I should enter that. And then I saw the competition and I'm like, yeah, no. Yeah, no. That's like entering a bodybuilding competition. Yeah, no. I may lift weights. I may be good at Excel, but I'm not entering being able to compete against those guys. Okay, so we're looking at Disney on November 8th here. On November 8th, we can track up to November 8th right here. And seems like I got a pound value error, but it's not breaking anything, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Relative strength is in which column? AU and right? No. There it is. It's in the pink column, so it'll be easy to remember. I'll go back to November 8th. So when we look at November 8th, we can see the relative strength here was 84, which is actually a lot lower than my normal relative strength criteria, which I don't have listed. I usually like 105% or greater. So 84% with a relative strength delta of -7. Interesting. So even though that was not set up from a relative strength standpoint, it was within a positive MMFI, and it did have a positive return. So I find that really interesting, right? So that's my process. I really went about that a long way. But the point is that starting next week, I might be doing this at really random hours. You might see me late at night, jump on and go live. You may see me on the weekends early before my kids get up, going live, back testing these things because I want to know, right? Because if I see this and I say, okay, 84% with a -7 relative strength delta, does that mean that I need to adjust my plan to say I'm only going to take trades at instead of 105% or now 80% or greater? And does relative strength delta mean anything to me? This is one trade. This is one trade. That's one sample, right? Within a trading plan, you need to have at least 100 different examples. So I'm going to be going through, and I'll actually, that's a decent idea actually, is to keep a spreadsheet of how these stack up because I want to be able to keep track. I'll have on there the MMFI relation, open price, close price, relative strength delta, and then I'll be able to compare all those and then get an idea of where I need to adjust my plan, if I need to adjust my plan. And it's going to be awesome. So look for that in the next few weeks, but it's going to be really boring. It's not going to be great content. It's just going to be Chris doing math, which Chris likes math, so that's okay. Let's jump into our market analysis finally. All right, welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. This is how to trade only 10 minutes a day and exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading. Now, when I say only trading 10 minutes a day, that doesn't mean that, you know, all that work, all that effort goes unnoticed, right? It's like I was mentioning a minute ago, right? If I were to enter a bodybuilding competition, right, I would need to put in years of work, right? I'd need to go to the gym for an hour a day, 2 hours a day, whatever the case is. But I'd only be on stage for 10 minutes doing the actual work, the actual trades, the actual posing. Think of that in the same way, right? So this is how to trade only 10 minutes a day and exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading. Now, I am a partner at Outlier, and this is my style of trading using Outlier. So I like to start with a top-down approach. I'm going to let the market tell me which way it's going. So 10 over the 20, price over the 50 is what I want to see on the SPY. And we do have that. I've told y'all several times now, don't be putting puts on right now. Don't be betting against this market. It's going strong. We're hitting new all-time highs. We're at $500 on the SPY right now, right? Keep in mind, we've had a huge run. 22% in 3 months. What is it year to date? I'm very curious. Year to date, 5.5% within a little over a month. in a little over a month, we've basically got 2/3 to half of what the average annual returns are in the SPY. And I'm telling you, I am extremely cautious in this market. I have no money at risk right now in this market because I feel like it's very, very, very FOMO. I feel like we're going to hit a market top at some point, and I'm not going to get in its way. And we're going to have a very steep correction when it does. And I base a lot of that on the fact that the MMFI is trending down. Now, we are making back some gains today here. We're up to 54%, but that still says half of the market is below its own 50-day moving average. Half the market is hanging out below, down in here, on their own charts. That's disconcerting to me. That doesn't give me strength. That's a weak bull market. When the market breadth is trending down, while the market trend is trending higher, that's not a recipe for easy trading. We talked yesterday about going with the wind, sailing with the wind. This is sailing against the wind. And I say all that while price marches higher, as Brian says, 5,000 or bust, or 5,000 and bust. Oh, could absolutely be the case there, Brian. We will have to see. So I'm not going to be making any trades, right? That's why I spend a little bit of time working on extra things lately, because I don't have any trades to put on. But we can take a look at some of the buy and sell signals from today. Let's see. We've got 24 today. Today's February 9th. We looked at Disney. Actually, let's go back. What day was that Disney went on? That was on January 29th. I want to scroll back a little bit. So January 29th. Oh, well, February 1st is fine. And let's look at a few that have happened since then. That's fun. F and F. I don't know what that is. Oh, there was a question in the Discord. No. Was it on the Discord? No, it was a YouTube link. Not YouTube link. A YouTube comment on today's web class. And actually, let's jump over to that real quick. Hit the thumbs up on it. I'm considering Outlier, but it'd be great if not only the symbols were listed, but also the full names of the companies. I got you. Check this out. I actually replied to this. I was in Costco earlier and I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, I can write that down real quick. I was in Costco waiting to check out. So you can actually click any name. Like I said, I didn't know what F&F is, but I do know it now. National Fidelity Bank, right? That's not, let me drag over, but National Fidelity Bank, or National Fidelity Financials in the financial sector. So pretty handy tool right there. Let's take a look. The last buy signal was on February 1st in F&F. February 1st is right there. So not a whole lot's happened yet. I mean, if you had bought it, you'd be up 50 cents right now. All that much is going on. Let's go to a different one. Okay. F. Oh, look, it even, if you hover over it, it'll even tell you the name. I didn't know that. Fidelity National Financial Inc. Okay. FCN. This is so long. FCNCA. Okay. FCNCA. Okay. That's a big stock. $1,500. Not that one. This one. Buy signal February 1st. If you had gone from the close to now, you'd be up $10. Not a whole lot. Let's go back a little bit further. Mondelez. Mondelez has stolen my money so many times. I've basically given up trading and trade Mondelez. Let's look at Mondelez. Got a sell signal here, February 9th. Oh, I should go on the sell signals. That'll be easier to track. Okay. February 9th. Signal return 88%. That's huge. February 9th was the sell signal. January 9th was a buy signal. Mondelez. It was like I couldn't keep my money with this one. It's just every time I traded it, I would lose money. January 9th to February 9th. February 9th is today. Break even trade on that one, right? 67 cents. Yeah, it had a nice run. Now, if I were trading this, I will show you exactly where I would have got out because I have the rules written down. Here. No. Here. No, still no. Here. Okay. So I would be looking for 88D4B0 on the color code. Now, Chris, that's super specific. 88D4B0, yes. There is a plugin up here called eyedropper. And now I go find where 88D4B0 is, which is right here. You see on my bottom right of my screen? I'll get out right there. That is January 31st. There. 2 days before the high. And that would have been an okay gain. 2%. That would have been mine. Let's try a different one. This is fun to me. I could nerd out all day on this. Is anybody I recognize? Starbucks. Starbucks. Ooh, signal returns only 4% on Starbucks. That's interesting. So buy signal January 9th, sell signal February 6th. February 6th. January 9th. Oh, that's not so bad. Not at all. 2% return, almost 3% return, especially while it's in this downtrend. That's pretty good. Brian says, how do you see the color? Get the add-in? It's just a Google plugin. It's free. You can go to your Google Chrome's extensions, and then it's called eyedropper, manage extensions. I think if I click that, it's going to like show you profile information, which I don't want to do. But yeah, it's totally free. That's where I get that from. It makes it really simple. Let's do one more and then we'll get out of here. Johnson & Johnson. Signal return 43%, 43.90%. Last buy signal is November 24th. I'll clear my notes on here. November 24th. Here. Sell date was January 29th. Not a bad one here. Close to close. Uh, 4.5%. That's not so bad. So yeah, I could do this all day, every day. I love this. And I'm really excited about the upgrades because it's going to get even better from what I heard. The capital, I think that's what they said. Mark was telling me, and if Mark is watching, just let me know. Mark was telling me the average capital efficiency is around 2.5%. Capital efficiency meaning time in the market versus gains versus if you were just to buy and the hold. So for example, 2.48 means that you beat the market by 2x by being in the market half the time. Does that make sense? So signal return 113%, but you're only in for 548 days of the 1285 that were covered. So your capital efficiency is twice as efficient. He said the capital efficiency on this upcoming upgrade is over 3x. So a huge improvement from 2.5x to 3x. What is that percentage wise? 20% greater? Yeah. So that's going to be awesome. Final thoughts of the day, and then we'll get out of here. Final thoughts of the day. Go watch the web class. The link is in the Discord. We covered more stuff on there, covered a little bit deeper inside of the different sections. And big final thought of the day is stay in cash. Stay in cash until you get your signal. How long? As long as it takes. Always trade with the stop loss. Keep your losses small, right? Even if an outlier trade comes through and it's exactly what you want to see, it may not work. And it's up to you to make sure The guy's back in my front yard. It's up to you to make sure that you don't break your account, right? Never get bold when you're running cold. Nail down some decent profits. Never let a good size gain to a loss, and never, ever add to losers. Thank you all so much for coming to today's Outlier Trading Room. We covered a lot. We went way longer than normal. And like I say, have a fantastic weekend. We'll be covering tons more in a little bit. Of course you can get it in the Discord, Dre. It's already there for you, my friend. Check it out. Of course you can get it. How to trade in 10 minutes right here. The PowerPoint is right there. But I give you everything you could ever want as well. So jump in there, explore that, read up on the second edition of the Secret Investing book. Take this course we put together. We got everything to help you be successful. Have a fantastic weekend. See you right back here on Monday. Talk soon.